Are you following a workout program but not quite sure if it's working? Watch this.
Our next caller is April from Michigan.
April, what's going down? How can we help you?
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome to the mail truck. I guess my question is, I'm a mail carrier, obviously. I am super active. I have a walking route, so I do about 10 plus miles a day, depending on the mail volume. And I'm currently doing MAPS anabolic. And I'm just I'm a recovering boot camp classer. And I'm just kind of trying to figure out if I am in the right program, if I should be focusing more on like performance, or just kind of trying to make my job a little easier, because I was doing those boot camp classes and I started listening to you guys and I stopped doing those because I was like, why am I so tired all the time?
Yeah.
Well, it's because you have a job that's very demanding and then you're doing a boot camp class literally every day and twice on Sunday.
All right. Well,
So
You're in the right place now.
yeah, this is a relatively easy question to answer, but it's a very common question. So I'm going to ask you a few more questions, okay?
Yeah.
What have you noticed since you started MAPS Anabolic? Have you improved your strength? Do you feel like you're building muscle? Do you feel like you're getting more fit? So let me break it down for me. What have you seen since you've started it?
Well, I have a training background. I've never actually trained anybody, but I went to school to be a trainer. So I do have some knowledge. So I did used to lift weights. So I have noticed, obviously, like my muscle coming back very quickly, which is awesome. But I do still struggle with like imbalances, because with this job, we carry a mail bag on our shoulder, on the same shoulder pretty much every day. And I have noticed that like one of my legs is stronger than the other. I don't know if that is due to that weight bearing down on my one side the whole time I'm carrying mail.
Could be.
So that's something that I'm trying to like switch up. I try to do some more unilateral stuff.
Perfect.
But you are getting stronger, and you are noticing improvements in performance while doing MAPS Anabolic.
Yes, definitely. Okay. But
I would go MAPS Performance. After you finish MAPS Anabolic, go MAPS Performance. It's really good.
But what she's doing right now is great. What you're doing is smart. It's actually perfect, in my opinion. I think MAPS Anabolic, metabolism-wise, from what you were doing before with the everyday boot camp twice on the weekends, like the perfect thing for your body.
It's a good shift for your body.
Yeah, is to go to anabolic. And then what you're doing is actually really smart. This is where we always tell people, right? Like our programs aren't perfect for everybody. The idea is that you take the base and then you modify some things for yourself. Perfect example of what you just said is, I notice I have this discrepancy from left to right in my legs. So, hey, maybe instead of always doing backloaded or front-loaded squats where you're bilateral, do some unilateral work. Do some lunging instead, or Bulgarian split squats, or single leg press. Instead of that movement, and I think that is a great thing right there.
Now I'm going to make an assumption, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. But do your calves dwarf Adam and Sal's?
Oh God.
I mean,
they're probably magnificent.
No comment. That's the right answer. No comment.
Let's just put that out.
If you want a free program, make sure you answer.
Yeah. I'm the one who gives out free programs over here, so just be careful.
So, you know what though? Another thing, April, you in your question that you sent us, you did. There was a body fat percentage question you asked as well about getting leaner. That's almost entirely a diet thing. Okay, so if you're getting stronger, you're building muscle, it's a diet thing. So that's going to be about nutrition. And then I do want to comment on how you hold your bag while you're delivering mail. I would start to very slowly. Okay, that's in bold letters. Very slowly. Switch the bag every once in a while. Don't go crazy and do half of your route with it on the other shoulder, because it will hurt. You're not used to it. But I would do like, let's say you're doing 10 miles and and the bag is always over one side. I would do 1 mile with the bag over the other side and then do 9 like you normally do. And slowly but surely work it up to where you can. It might take you like, how long have you been a mail carrier for?
I'm about 3 years.
Okay. I would give it like a year before it's equal on either side. So slowly do it, because you're so accustomed to one side that if you go 5 miles with the bag on the other shoulder, you're not going to feel very good.
Yeah. I do try to do that. The only problem with that is that when we carry mail, all of our stuff is in one arm. So you only have one arm available to you to pull out of the bag. And it's like trying to carry mail in the other hand is kind of like trying to write with your left hand if you're right-handed. It's a little tricky.
Yeah, it's hard, but okay, you've only done this for 3 years. You already noticed a difference. If you plan on doing this for a long time, I would do it because you're going to see. I mean, the imbalance can get. I mean, over the years, over 10 years, 15 years, if you plan, it'll compile, and it'll be really hard to reverse with exercise because you do this so often that 2 or 3 days a week of training, even 5 days a week of training, to try to balance it out. You're never really going to catch up. So I would start now. It's a pain in the butt. Okay. It'll take you a while. It'll take you probably a year or longer to feel comfortable on one side. So do it really slow. There's no time limit here. Just do it really slow. Get to the point where you can, do both sides and feel okay on both sides because over the years, this is going to become more of an issue.
Okay. And is there anything as far as like, should I, on my trigger session days, should I be focusing more on unilateral?
I think that'd be smart.
Yeah, that's smart.
Focus heavy on that.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have my, I have a little cage here and I have my resistance band attached.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You got to do what you got to do when you're working 12-hour shifts.
That's super awesome. Yeah. So do what we said. Do you have Mass Performance, by the way? Because I'll send that to you.
I do not. That would be awesome. Thank you so much.
We'll send that over to you. And then one more favor, if you can look into this, Adam ordered a penis enlarger, never got it. See if it got lost in the mail. Schaefer.
Somehow it got lost.
They actually do that. Do you know that they actually have that where you can order and then it requires us to get a signature for it? So it's like embarrassing for both parties. It's hilarious. So the box will just have it's obviously not the real thing. So it's a gag.
Wow.
It's hilarious. No, I'm sure they make a fortune on it.
I'm totally joking. He got it. It wasn't lost in the mail. Anyway, thank you so much, April.
Thank you, April.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
No problem. Yeah, I guess the rule of thumb is this. If you're wondering if it's working, are you getting stronger and more fit? The answer is yes. Yeah. Because I think a lot of people are like, oh my God, is this the right program? And then you ask them, are you stronger? Well, yeah, I added 15 pounds to my...
That's happening.
What do you think? Yes, it is working.
I like your guys' advice of switching hands and stuff like that. Yeah. And even though it's difficult for her to do it, I think it'll be benefit. You know what it reminded me of right away? So when I was in high school, I remember my freshman coach was giving me a hard time. I'm left-handed. So I had a tendency to always drive with my left hand, and he was getting on to me saying this will be your Achilles heel. This will keep you from being a starter if you can't get your right hand to be as dominant as your left hand. So I remember, of course, at home I'm dribbling with my right hand all the time, but then I also started to eat with the opposite hand and brush my teeth with the opposite hand.
Now you're ambidextrous,
right? So I kind of am, right? I'm not quite all the way there, but it made a huge difference.
Bi-handed,
and it was, trust me, it was frustrating. Yeah. Eating with and brushing your teeth. It felt really, really awkward at the beginning, but you'd be surprised how quick the body starts to figure it out. You stick to it long enough.
Well, bro, back in the day. Yeah. Might even have been as recent as when Doug was a kid. If you were left,
that's a long time.
It's not recent.
Back when he went to school with Moses. No, back in the day, and again, it might not have been that long ago. And I would love to hear Doug's opinion on this. If you were left-handed, the teachers in school made you do everything with your right.
Yeah, when they slap that hand, right?
Yeah, well, no, they would just, you can't write with your left, that's wrong, you got to do it with your right. And then the kids would learn, and they'd be totally fine.
It's like you're possessed.
Yeah. Did that happen when you were a kid?
I don't recall that, no. However, scissors and things were always an issue for these kids because there wasn't anything for them.
Scissors is a real problem.
But my pet pterodactyl, though, was left clawed and didn't have any issues.
He wrote it to school.
Yeah.
Hey, if you enjoyed that clip, you can find the full episode here, or you can find other clips over here. And be sure to subscribe.